Ferguson, and my speech is about GMOs versus organic foods. GMOs versus organic. It is a very common topic today, but what are some of the effects of GM foods and organic foods towards the environment and people? And what exactly are these two types of foods? Every day these questions are asked whether you're picking out your day-to-day groceries or going out to a restaurant to eat your favorite dish. What are GMO foods, you may ask? GMO foods are most commonly known as GM foods, or genetically modified organisms, are foods that have been genetically modified using the methods of genetic engineering. There are only 10 genetically modified foods recognized by the United States Department of Agriculture and Food and Drug Administration. These are corn, soybeans, cotton, potatoes, canola, squash, papaya, alfalfa, apples, and sugar beets. All of these foods have had their DNA altered to make it more adaptable to the environment today, with special herbicides and pesticides to help it resist any viruses or diseases that the plant would be prone to getting. A scientific study shows that more than 48% of Americans are for GM foods, stating that GM foods are no different than other foods. These 10 types of foods have gone through more testing than many pharmaceutical drugs, therefore making sure they are safe for human and animal consumption. These 10 food crops have also gone through the process of genetic modification to help them find the future battles of pests and drought, diseases, or damages that may destroy the entire crop species. For example, apples are known for their browning, but in 2017, a GM apple variety was released that will not brown. Many others feel unsafe from the alteration of genes in these foods, but these foods are actually research tested and studied more than in most medications. On the other hand, there is still a great percentage of the public who would rather have organic foods in their diet. Organic foods are foods that are produced by the method in agreement with the standards and rules of organic farming by the USDA. Some examples of organic foods would include fruits and vegetables, grains, nuts and seeds, dairy products, and eggs, livestock feeds, meats, and poultry, etc. All of these foods have been raised, produced without the use of artificial chemicals, antibiotics, or hormones. To be labeled as organic, the food must be free of artificial food additives as well. According to a new national survey, more than 80% of Americans prefer organic food. A person who took the survey stated they are choosing organic because they contain higher levels of nutrients and minerals that are very helpful for our diets and lifestyles. There are many advantages and disadvantages of GM foods and organic foods towards both people and the environment. Research in 2019 showed that growing GM crops helped to decrease CO2 emissions, equivalent to taking about 17 million cars off the road for an entire year. While they do help with the air pollution, they have issues with polluting the ground, releasing toxins into the soil with the use of herbicides and pesticides. To people, they are both good and bad. They can cause you to develop diseases which would be immune to the antibiotics, but they could also bring more nutrients into the food, and they can increase the supply of food with reduced costs and longer shelf life. With organic food, they have a longer effect on the climate because of the greater area of land required to produce it, but they can reduce pollution, conserve water, and they can also use less energy. Organic foods can cause people to overall have a healthier lifestyle, but they also have more fertilizers that can cause chronic diseases which could end up being fatal. They both have their own purposes, and when it comes to the difference between genetically modified foods and organic, there are many. As a consumer, though, you have the right to make your own opinion and decision on the foods that you would like to purchase and eat.